Hello everyone and welcome to Matchbox Memories. Today we're going to have a look at the first set of 5-packs for 2025. I found these 3 5-packs at Walmart yesterday. Excited to find them, a bit disappointed with some of the vehicles in them. Anyways, let's have a look at them and go through each of them, and I'm going to make my opinions. Alright, without any further ado, let's just have a look at them. I'm going to start off with the airport 5-pack. Zoom out a bit there just so we can have a quick look at it. So there is updated packaging for 2025. Look at that. At least 2 cars that I collect in this particular 5-pack, so happy to purchase this. Those are some of the licenses. There's the back. You can see the 2024 license and other licenses in here. There it is. So I'm going to open this up and we're going to have a look at the vehicles. All right, so I've opened it up and we're going to go through each of these vehicles. I'm going to start off with this bus. It's called the Swift Shuttle. I like this casting. It is a fantasy casting, but it's interesting. I think kids are going to love it. Really nice. So metal base, plastic body, unfortunately, but it still looks pretty good. Definitely buy this as a bus. It looks really very real. Good design. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. There it is. And this set is called the airport set. So as you can imagine, there are vehicles that pay tribute to vehicles that can be found in an airport. I think this is another fantasy vehicle. Let's see what this one's called. This one is called Runway Wrangler. Yeah, quite nice again. Not bad. Not my cup of tea, but not a bad vehicle. This, on the other hand, definitely not my cup of tea. I'm not sure what it is. Some sort of fire truck. What is this called? It's called the Hard Nose with a Z. Very fantasy. Definitely not licensed. There it is. Definitely one I don't collect. I'm going to put aside and not spend too much time on it. All right, the 2 vehicles that I do want to see and that I do collect. First of all, we have the Matchbox utility truck. Look at that. From 2006, license in there. Once again, fantasy vehicle, but one I do collect, one I do enjoy collecting. I've got quite a few different versions of this particular vehicle in my collection, and we will have a look at all of them. This is a beautiful orange version. Unfortunately, the front is not detailed. Black interior. It says aviation on the tanker portion, and back is not detailed either. Nice little vehicle. I'm going to show you guys the other versions of this particular vehicle that I have in my collection. Alright, so I was going to pull them all out, but I think it's just easier to look at them in the box. And as you can see, there's plenty of different versions of this particular vehicle. Trying to keep these videos short, guys, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this particular video. So there they are. Different versions, and this one's going to look great in there. So I've got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17 different versions of this particular vehicle. I'll just give you guys a close-up. I couldn't tell you which ones are from the main line, and which ones are from 5-packs or 10-packs. My guess is the majority of these that I have found have been from various 5-packs, just because of the size of this vehicle. It's not really that conducive to be in a mainline packaging. They're just quite tall and difficult to package in the regular mainline packaging. Anyways, there it is, guys. Don't want to spend too much time on it. Final car for this particular 5-pack is the Ford Utility Interceptor. It's called the Ford Police Interceptor. And there it is. As we typically see with this car, the front is not detailed. This one is with airport security livery, and the back's not detailed either. Although they do that smart side livery that makes it look like the back is somewhat detailed, but it definitely isn't. And there it is. Got lots and lots of versions of this particular vehicle. We will have a look at all of them very quickly again. So there it is. A bit ordinary when it's not detailed, but let's have a look at the rest of my police interceptors. Alright, so I have lots of different versions and variations of this police interceptor. So this is the one we just looked at, the security one from the 5-pack. And I'm just going to quickly show you some of these. I can't tell you where I got them. Most of these are also been from 5-packs, coincidentally. This one's fairly recent. Can't see the manufacturing code on it, but pretty sure it's fairly recent. This one's quite a bit older. This is manufacturing K29, so from a few years ago, quite a few years ago. Difficult one to find, state police. As you can see, they all have the side livery, but the back and the front are typically not done. This one's probably my favorite version of it, and part of the reason for that is the front and the back are finished, and look how much better it looks. Look at that. That is just gorgeous. This is a difficult one to find. It's not that old, but difficult to find. Look at that. Just a gorgeous vehicle when it's finished. P16 is the manufacturing year and week. And then, pretty sure this was out of a 5-pack. I think this comes with a wheel variation as well that I haven't found yet. There's different set of wheels on this particular vehicle. Got one version, I'm still looking for the other. This is R19, so from a few years ago, a couple of years ago. And then there's the police variation of it. I should say the 5 variation of it. Once again, front and back not detailed. Another 5 variation of it. This one's play worn, as you can see, but it's the only version I have. Same vehicle with a different light bar. I just want to show you. So there's, as far as I know, these vehicles come with a couple of variations. There's definitely tire variations, and then there's also the siren, the light bar. 2 different types of light bars, or there's actually 3 different types of light bars. So lots of variations within this particular vehicle to look out for. I'm not sure which years have the variations. There's also tire variations. I can show you a couple of tire variations that I have found. So this particular vehicle has the tire that we often see in this particular vehicle, and then there's the variation version. So yeah, this is just an interesting car to collect, just because you really have to look at all the vehicles, because there are so many things that could be variants from the norm. So I have a few different versions. I hope to find more versions of these vehicles. I quite like it, especially when they're finished. They look fantastic. And as far as I know, there's only one version that has the front and the back done. This one's got the back done. Front, is the front complete? No, the front is not complete. It's deceptive. It's just the side livery that sort of rounds out, making it look like the front's been finished, but it's not. So one vehicle that is complete, it's that one. This one's absolutely gorgeous. It's definitely my favorite one. I love the fact that there's no livery on it. It's sort of an undercover version, somewhat undercover, but just a gorgeous vehicle. Look at that, beautiful. Anyways, moving on, next 5-pack. Let's have a look at it. All right, next 5-pack. Bit disappointed with this one. It's called the MBX Adventure 4. And I'm not even sure if I'm going to open this. It's just, I think I'm going to return this. I bought it for this particular vehicle, and I did a comparison, this Land Rover 110, and I did a comparison to the previous version, and it looks exact to me. Absolutely no variations on it. So I think I'm not going to open this. We've seen all these vehicles before. This Jeep Gladiator, the 110. I'm not even sure what these two vehicles are, but definitely ones I don't collect. There's no value or room in my collection for this particular 5-pack. I'm going to show it to you guys, but unfortunately I'm not going to open it. This is definitely a return on the grounds that I basically have all these vehicles. I have to say, I used to really look forward to opening the new 5-packs from Matchbox, because they'd invariably be vehicles you can't find in the main line. But I find that Matchbox keeps making same vehicles from previous years, and it's a bit disappointing. It's great if you don't have it, but if you have it, it makes it really difficult to open a pack like this that's mostly fantasy. This one's been repeated, I don't know, dozens of times in different 5-packs and 10-packs. This one would have been interesting if it had some sort of a variation, but it's exactly the same, or very, very similar to the one I already have. So I'm just not going to open it. There it is. I don't want to support products that are not up to par and definitely not worth the price. These things do cost $7.99 plus tax, so almost $9 Canadian for one of these, which is quite pricey. This one's called MBX Construction 7. Some nice vehicles in here. There is a INC vehicle, which is a theme that I collect, as well as a National Parks vehicle. So I'm going to open this up and we're going to have a quick look at it, and then quickly look at my INC and National Parks vehicles I have in my collection. Once again, the box. So it's got the INC truck there. It's a fantasy truck, but that's sort of the highlighted truck on the packaging. It's got the 2024 Mattel license, and there's the other licenses. The vehicles you will find in this particular 5-pack. All right, so let's open this up and have a look at it. All right, so let's have a look at these vehicles. So this is a construction theme 5-pack. This one's got a moving part, somewhat moving. Unfortunately, the bucket itself doesn't move. Back in the day, the bucket would move as well, so takes a bit away from some of the functionality of being able to play with this. Certainly in the sand you can't pick anything up, and I think it's also rotating, so there's two different parts that move. One rotates and the arm goes up and down, and there it is. Fantasy vehicle. This one is called MBX Cavator. That's what it's called. Sorry, just dropped that. And just a quick look at the livery. They do have quite a few vehicles with this livery. I haven't put them all together. So front's detailed, which is nice. Plastic body. This is where Matchbox, look at this. This is all plastic. The whole vehicle is basically plastic. Yeah, so there it is. Definitely one that I'm not going to collect, but hopefully the kids love it. Skidster, one I do collect, one I do like. Pretty sure this is a new cast, well, old casting, new livery. It's called the Skidster, also a fantasy car casting, but this one's a very cute little casting. And this is one I am going to collect. So there it is. And once again, moving part. Yeah, it's really cool. So no glass there, you can see inside. See the operator, you can see the levers. It's a nice little vehicle. Alright, third construction vehicle. What's this one called? Not a fantasy casting. Doesn't really give you the name, so let me just look at the packaging. This one's called the Mini Dozer. You can see it right there. For some reason it doesn't have the name on the base, which is unusual, but it does happen. Maybe it's on the piece here and I just didn't see it. Nope, I don't see a name on there. So this feels like it's a moving part. Yeah, it is. Look at that. Moving part. Fantasy vehicle. Once again, good for the kids. It rolls, it doesn't roll too well, but it does roll. there is, don't want to spend too much time on them. So the two cars I do want to spend a bit of time on. The first one is this National Parks truck. I forget what this one's called. This is, once again, no name on the base, interesting enough. So this is called the Road Stripe King. There it is, Matchbox Road Stripe King. And I don't know if you guys remember, but the theory with this, or the design of this vehicle, allowed the kid to put a crayon in there, and it comes out there, and you could literally draw a line on a piece of paper or cardboard or whatever it was. Great design. I love it when they make vehicles like this. I think it's quite playable. Kids love it. Great design. It is a fantasy vehicle, but it plays well because it's going to be popular, because it is with this green National Parks livery that a lot of collectors collect, and this one's going to make it to a lot of collections. So there's never going to be a shortage of sales on that, on this particular 5-pack. Once again, no interior, fantasy casting. These are all money castings for Matchbox and Mattel, because they don't pay any licenses, and you understand why they put them in their 5-packs. All right, so we've seen that. Let's have a look at the other National Parks vehicles. All right, so I've got a few different National Parks vehicles. There's no difference between those two. They're just, I just have a duplicate ones for trade if someone wants to make me an offer on it. And these are the various National Parks vehicles. Some of them are actually Forest Ranger. I think this is a Forest Ranger. Yeah, Forest, what's it called? Forest Ranger. So this one has the variation, 2 different bikes. So this one has the bike. This one has no bike. These are hard to find and quite expensive because they were 10-pack exclusive. So if you wanted them both, you had to buy 2 10-packs. So you're not going to find too many collections with both versions of this particular vehicle. Technically, some of these aren't National Park, some of them are Forest Ranger. I'm not sure what the difference is between the two of them. But anyways, this one's from a few years ago. Helicopter. Defender 110, difficult one to find. This is the Ford F550. As you can see, this one's play-worn. F550 Super Duty, also difficult one to find. Various trailers. That trailer came from this hitch and haul set. The trailer, the one with the orange. I think they're both the same. Yeah, look at that, identical. What else do we have here? Okay, another difficult one to find. I forget what this is called, but quite hard to find. That's from the hitch and haul. This was from a Walmart exclusive pack, I think. Yeah, some different vehicles. Couldn't tell you what all of them are. This is interesting. No one would have guessed that this actually says, I'm not sure if you can read it, but it says National Park on it. Not too many people include this in their National Parks collection. I do, because it says it right there. Look at that. That was from the VW set from 2024. Another difficult one to find, the Dodge Ram. 2015 Ram. Absolutely gorgeous. Too bad they didn't complete the front on that, or the back, because this casting is absolute fire. Alright, so that's side 1. Let's put those 2 back and we will look at the other side. I have quite a few of these. Got to a second side. First box, themed vehicles with 2 sides. Some of these are Forest Ranger. This one there's National Parks, another F550. This one is play worn. You can see the damage on the mirror there. National Parks in red. play worn. Some of these are hard to find, so the only versions I've been able to find are versions that are play worn. This one's a difficult one to find. Well, just because it was out of a 10-pack, nobody wanted the 10-pack, and nobody wanted to spend the $20 in Canada to get this vehicle. I really think it's a cute vehicle, but I understand why people didn't spend $20-something to buy the 5-pack or the 10-pack. Self-driving bus. Yeah, it's really nice. It's really cute vehicle. It's fantasy, but I love the fact that they made it in this national parks theme. All right, so that's it for my national parks vehicles. I'm going to put the new vehicle I just purchased, what's it called, the Road Stripe King, in with the rest of my national parks vehicles, and I'm hoping to complete this box with national parks vehicles. All right, final vehicle out of the 5-packs is this INC Mercedes Unimog. I think this is a really cool casting. Seen it a few times over the years. First time I have seen it in this INC livery. I don't think it's been issued in this livery before. It's quite nice. And then I did pull a few different versions of the casting that I have. This has done it in the Rennick livery right there. This one came out of a 2024 collector's series. Absolutely gorgeous, completed. Look at that. Fully done. Back, side, front. Looks really, really nice. And then I have it in blue, but what is the livery on this? It says Bird Farms. All right, and since we have an INC vehicle, I thought let's have a look at all my INC vehicles as well. So give me a second while I set that up. All right, so quick look at some of the INC vehicles. I don't have as many INC vehicles as I do national parks. The first vehicle here, these two are exactly the same actually. They're both Chevy Silverados. I'm pretty sure they're 2014. Yeah, the 2014 Chevy Silverado. This one here is a Ford F-150. Love this casting. Beautiful. I can't remember where I found this. Yeah, 2015 Ford F-150. Got a farm vehicle here. Looks like it's somewhat play worn. This one was from a hitch and haul. Yeah. Tanker. Another stripe, king stripe, what was that called? I forget what it was called, but we just saw that in the national parks livery. I think both of these were from hitch and hauls. I must have accidentally opened two of them. There's another little cute little road sweeper type vehicle. All these plastic bits and bobs in there are from the hitch and haul vehicles. The tractor, those are exactly the same. This is the trailer from the hitch and haul vehicle. There's two variations of this. I think both versions I opened accidentally had the same trailer. This was a peg warmer for years. I think this was issued in 2020 or 2021, and in some Walmarts you can still find it on the pegs. I think it's a cool little vehicle. I can understand why people didn't like it. It's sort of a speed trap. It's kind of cool. It's got a rotating piece there. It's got the INC livery. I'm not sure. I mean, there's not a vehicle that I have where pulling this along makes sense. I guess there is. Let's see if it fits the truck. Let's have a look here. Oh, it does. Look at that. Slightly lifted, but not bad. Not bad. Not sure why a farm vehicle of that nature would want a speed trap on it. It seems like they need to do a police car or some other vehicle, some sort of Jeep or something that would, police themed Jeep maybe, that can pull that along. But anyways, it does work, so I'm happy to report that to you guys. More INT A lot of these vehicles are fantasy, so I don't want to spend too much time on them. But there they are, guys. That's it for this video. I'm happy to add the Unimog to this collection. I do like theme sets that Matchbox does. It makes it a little bit more interesting to collect. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I do appreciate all the support you've given me over the years. Please do like this video and don't forget to subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already.